Hey, what's up guys? We are back at it again to quickly complete the Capture the Sparky challenge and show you guys the best decks to do it. So I assume it's like the egg thing in the middle, basically like Capture the Dragon challenge, but instead of a dragon, now it's a Sparky. So the best way of doing that is either killing it with an Inferno Dragon or an Inferno Tower. So this is going to be a great deck. If you want to run Inferno Dragon, you drop it on top of the egg, it pops, you get the Sparky. Obviously, I might be theory crafting something that isn't actually the challenge. I haven't played it yet. I just know from playing Capture the Dragon challenge, that's the best way of doing it. So we have an Inferno Tower here. We also end up having Royale Delivery and some cheap cycle cards in case your opponent gets a Sparky up close and personal on you. You will be able to distract it and demolish it with the Royale Delivery, archers to damage everything down, skeletons to just jump on top of it and be okay. So let's go and get into the games. This is another really fun deck as well if you want to play log bait, because you're going to have the Golden Knight Dash to reset your opponent's Sparky. You're also going to end up having the Inferno Tower to take the Sparky in the middle. You're gonna have Skeleton Army, and you're gonna have Archers for really high damage, and then you're also gonna have Goblin Barrel and Skeleton Barrel to consistently attack your opponent's tower. So should be a really fun time. Let's start off with the free-to-play versions of the decks first that everyone can pretty much play. And the first deck is here. This is the first deck that we're gonna be playing. So let's jump into the action and see what the challenge is all about. I want to get that emote, and yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, so there is a thing in the middle. Oh wait. That just looks weird. That looks so weird. But look at the Inferno Tower. It ramps up, then it allows you to get the Sparky a little bit faster. So I like that. I think Inferno Dragon is slightly better because it gives you counter push where the Inferno Tower does not. What is Alex doing? Come on, Alex. Don't be that guy. Don't be that dude. Well, at least we showed you how to get the Sparky every single time before your opponent. Inferno Tower is pretty good if that is the case that you want. If you want to just farm Sparkies, Inferno Tower might not be able to give you 2 of them, but it will be able to do a lot of damage to the second one as well. So, kind of cool stuff. Yeah, let's jump into the next one. At least we were able to showcase the theory crafting of our deck. That was a very fast and easy win. Also, one other thing that we're going to be doing today is we're going to be unlocking the banners, so I can get these last 2. If you guys are excited for that, we will be completing all of the banners, unlocking all the rewards today on stream. Let's get it. We should be speedrunning this challenge today. Yo, thank you for the donation. I appreciate that a lot. Wouldn't Zap be good in this? Zap is okay. The thing is, like, Inferno Tower just, like, it's better than Mini Pack, I believe. I think it melts. Oh, he does have Zap. Okay, it makes sense, but I'm pretty sure he loses the Sparky. Yeah. So that's the reason why Inferno Tower is better. It just killed his Sparky. It killed his Mini P.E.K.K.A. And even though he went for Zap and spent more Elixir than me, we got a better trade. We dropped 5 Elixir with our Inferno Tower, right? And he dropped 6 Elixir with the Mini P.E.K.K.A. and the Zap, and he got a bad trade. So just think of it from that perspective. That's the way that I like to play, and that's one of the reasons that this deck is so good. So you guys just want to have fun in the challenge, great deck to pop off with. Also, he's playing pretty well right now. He is going to get another Sparky, which is totally fine. Great Zap from our opponent. You know what? He's played this extremely well. He's also going to have Electro Wizard, and he's going to have a whole bunch of other reset cards. So his deck is quite cool and definitely a solid deck for the challenge as well. If you guys want to play that, I'll show his deck after the stream, or after this game as well. But I still think I'll win. As I said before, I think that the amount of distractions that we have is very nice. I'm going to log here just to guarantee that we can kill the Sparky, and we're not going to lose our tower. So he's going to drop minions, and he's going to drop Mini P.E.K.K.A. I think that we're okay. I think that the Mini P.E.K.K.A. just dies to the Archers, and then we can go in for Skeletons and then Royale Delivery on the Sparky, and should be fine. Good Ice Spirit from our opponent, but that's not going to come down fast enough. So we can go in for the Inferno Tower here. It's a little bit bad, a little bit sketchy. I do end up killing everything, I think, as long as the Sparky... Okay, yeah, I was like, if the Sparky locks onto my tower, I could be bamboozled. We are going to log it back, and it does end up hitting our tower. So we are going to lose this game. That's very weird and wild to me that we ended up... Okay, so, like, here's an interaction that I don't necessarily get. If you knock the Sparky back from its maximum range, when it starts to target the tower, it's in its maximum range. If you log it back, it shouldn't be in range of hitting the tower. But it still hits the tower, even though it's knocked back far enough that it wouldn't be able to target it from that range initially, is what I'm trying to say. Well played to our opponent. Credit where credit is due. We'll also take a look at his deck as well, and we will try to play some Inferno Dragon decks as well. So this is a good deck that we've played right now. Obviously, it looks like it's going to be a loss, unfortunately. But maybe we can come back and win. There's always a chance. There's always a chance. We're going to go in for Skeletons here, and then we'll go into this. We're going to try to go for a Royale Delivery here. And unfortunately, I think we are going to take an L. But well played to our dude. I'm very surprised that he was able to win, but it is what it is. GG, and well played to our dude here. Unfortunately, I don't know. Sometimes in challenges like this, you expect to like have something work really, really well for you at the start, and then it just doesn't work out as well as planned. We'll jump on to the next deck that we're going to be theory testing today. The nerf, the log nerf changed that interaction hugely. Actually, you're wrong on that. It always happened that way. If you log the Sparky back, if the Sparky is already targeting the tower, if the Sparky is like at the middle of the map, it will still target your tower. When the Sparky locks under your tower, no matter how far it's knocked back, even if you tornado it back, the Sparky will still hit the tower. So the log nerf did not change anything, actually. It's just a bad interaction that they got to fix. The next deck that we're going to be testing out is a more safe deck with Freeze, Inferno Dragon, and then also getting the counter push with the Inferno Dragon after you kill the thing in the middle. The Inferno Dragon will give you this better counter push. We're going to go for Knight and Archers, and we should be able to kill that quite quickly. You can go for a Giant, and he's going to go Arrows, kind of to be expected. You could also Freeze if things get really dicey, but obviously I think we're okay, so I don't want to spend any extra elixir. Okay. It should still take it. Yep, nice. So I'm going to Freeze here, so I want my Sparky to be able to win this interaction optimally against the Electro Wizard, and then we can get some good counter push. So I spend a bunch of elixir there, but I get a Sparky counter pushing, and we also end up having like really stellar stuff with a Knight and an Inferno Dragon. I think a lot of people in this challenge are going to be running a Giant version of the deck. Like they're probably just going to be running Giant, Giant Arrows, stuff like that is going to be pretty common. So if you win the battle at the river, I'm pretty confident that they're just not going to get good trades. So that's generally what we're going to be trying to do. Also, skeletons from the tombstone put in work as well, so that's kind of cool. He did drop his zap, so I kind of want to go for a graveyard. I'm going to go for the 3 crown, actually. Because I feel pretty comfortable about our position. I want to go for the 3 crown just to make this win as fast as possible. To get our redemption arc after losing that last game. You guys feel me? Or nah? Be out here. I'm going to go for a freeze, and we walk with a very easy win. So that's showcasing that this deck works pretty well. If you want to play a good deck for the challenge, this one is a great one to play. I'm happy that we've figured out a deck that works a little bit better. Obviously, the Royal Hogs deck, in theory, should work really, really well. But in practicality, if people are spamming a lot of Giants at the river, it might not be as good. So he's going to go in for Leap Barbarians, which I think I just freeze on, to be honest, so they don't end up taking it. And then I get the Sparky and it kills the E-Barbs. So that's worth it. I dropped 4 elixir for a Sparky, which is generally a pretty good trade. I'm going to go for Archers in the middle. Even if the Sparky dies, it's completely okay. Seems like everyone's running Electro Wizard, but Electro Wizard doesn't have that far of reach, so I don't think it can hit the Inferno Dragon. So that's nice. So we could Tombstone here. I don't really want to. I'd rather conserve my elixir and then just Barbarian Drill to kill the Electro Wizard. I think Tombstoning would have been better, actually, because if you think about it, I would have gotten a better trade. Prince does a lot of damage as well. Prince, Mini P.E.K.K.A., those cards are not bad in this challenge either, but if you just like take a look at the Inferno Dragon, even though the Prince got there faster, the Inferno Dragon is the best card to kill that type of thing in the middle. If you're running anything with Infernos, that's how you're going to win or optimize your luck, I guess. Not really even luck, but just your ideal outcomes. Okay, so I could freeze here. Don't really want to. I think it would have gotten a shot. It's just, ooh, he messed up. He thought I was going to freeze, so he went for a zap. I mean, I did have freeze in my deck. Now we can go for a Knight here to guarantee that we get the Sparky alive, and then we can go in for dual lane pressure. So I think the Knight and the Archers are going to go left, and then we can go for the Sparky and the Graveyard on the right. And the reason I do that is because he has to spend a lot of elixir on this, and then because we have dual lane pressure, it's pretty much impossible for him to stop it. Because we just go for a Barbarian Burial here, and even though he went for Electro Wizard on the Sparky, he's going to kill the Sparky. But he has a really, really bad interaction here, because he still has to deal with the rest of the Graveyard skeletons on his tower. Also, one of the reasons that I like Tombstone in this type of match is because it spawns skeletons, so you get extra value from it, so it's able to kill the Sparky and get the Sparky on your team. There aren't that many defensive buildings that give you that type of damage per second that a Tombstone would. So for 3 elixir, it is by far better than Cannon, and it is very nice to distract Sparkies if your opponent somehow is managing to get it. Also, a lot of people running Mini P.E.K.K.A., Leap Barbarians, Prince. Those skeletons from the Tombstone works incredibly well to win this. So I'm just going to go for a freeze to guarantee that we're able to kill the Hog Rider with no damage. And then I'm going to go for Archers in the middle. The Inferno Dragon staying alive is nice, but I need to be able to kill his Electro Wizard. Because we have Barb Barrel, we can kill Electro Wizards very nicely at the river, as you guys are noticing, so our Inferno Dragon stays alive. So if people are trying to build decks that are able to, you know, kind of counter you, you should be fine. So just keep that in mind. As long as you play the deck correctly, you will be chilling. I'm going to freeze here. I'm going to go for a really high tombstone so we can pull the Hog Rider directly into everything. And as you guys can see, we kind of have a farm. You know, we've got a Sparky, got our Inferno Dragon. Oh, no, you did not just do that. You did not just drop everything right into archers and a Sparky. Dude, this is too early for me to get that excited, bro. What you doing out here? Why are you giving me that value? Yeah, pretty easy win. As you guys can see, no problems, no questions asked. So we lost one game. We adjusted to our environment. We found a better deck for the challenge. And now we're winning every single game easily. Let's go, let's go. Beat a Hog Rider deck? Yeah, we could destroy the Hog Rider deck. So if you guys were wondering what the deck was that the guy beat me with, it was this. Not a bad deck, by the way. He's got minions for a fast amount of damage. He's also going to have Electro Wizard to reset things. Ice Spirit, Mini Packer, Rage, Zap. That's a pretty good deck from our opponent. Not going to lie. And he's an ultimate champion player, so it makes sense. You know, like this is a great deck to play. We could also play this a game as well if you guys want to check it out. I think it would probably be better than the Royal Hogs deck that I played, to be honest. Full transparency, I thought the Royal Hogs deck would work a lot better. The Royal Hogs deck did not work as well. This is a good deck for like regular ladder. If you want to play a regular ladder deck at Ultimate Champion 2,000 trophies, this deck is played at high ladder. But it's maybe not as good in the challenge, so we're going to go and test his deck out as well. Let's go, let's go. Yo, you were the 100th like? Thank you, man. Really appreciate it. We're going to go for minions here just to be able to kill that as quickly as we can. Minions do a lot of damage, guys, so I think we're in a good spot. Especially if we rage up our units, we can attack a little bit faster, and then the minions will be able to kill his Electro Wizard, and then we can go for a Mini P.E.K.K.A after. I think this deck is actually really, really, really good for the challenge. Like, this is incredibly good. So, yeah. The dude that built this, whoever you are a very intelligent individual. So, great deck for the challenge as well. I mean, you can use Giant after you get the Sparky in the middle with your Mini P.E.K.K.A or your other stuff. Electro Wizard is nice to be able to stop your opponent's bridge spam. It's also really good against Sparky if your opponent manages to get it. You can use like Rage with Giant and just get like super easy wins. The Graveyard deck and I think this deck are the two better decks that I've seen so far. It's always nice to lose to an opponent that knows what they're doing, like at a very high level. Because if the opponent plays extremely well and they win, then you know, like, you can copy their strategy or learn from them. And I think that that's something that you guys can take into consideration when you're playing ladder, as long as you're not losing to over-leveled cards. A lot of times your opponent that beats you, as much as you would hate to say it, they sometimes will play better than you. You can learn a lot from that. Or they have a better deck. Big fan here. Do you support your fans' stance against level 15 cards? So I don't support any stance against level 15 or with level 15 yet, because we haven't seen anything, man. I think that the worst thing you can do in the world is coming out with like, I hate X or I hate this, and you don't know what you're talking about, or you don't necessarily know the full plan. Yo, I've said this a million times, I'll say it again. If it's a cash money grab and there's no good feature added to the game, Clash Royale, you did a massive disappointment. However, if they add actual good content behind level 15 and you can upgrade your stuff and they revamp the economy and it's a fair and balanced game mode or something new to the game that really changes how Clash Royale is played in a good way that adds strategic layers to the game, then hell yeah, great job Clash Royale. You did an amazing job. So it's dependent on what they do. You can't come up with that. You don't know. I don't know. And I've learned one thing is to never say that you like or dislike something before you know what it is. And that's the only acceptable take. That is really the only acceptable take there. What's up, Corbin? What's going on, brother? Love seeing you here, and hopefully you are doing well. Really appreciate you stopping by the stream, brother. What's up, Ernest? What is going on? So this looks like this guy is starting to run Tombstone since, you know, we ran Tombstone in the first deck. Very strong strategy. I think that my Graveyard Freeze deck would probably hard counter the deck that we're playing right now, most likely, just because, you know, you've got Tombstone and you've got Freeze. You've got a lot of really solid cards. So I think I can go for minions here after the Skeleton Dragons lock on optimally, so then the Skeleton Dragons don't kill my minions. Do we want to rage up a Mini P.E.K.K.A? I think we rage up a Mini P.E.K.K.A, so then it just gets more damage. It's worth, right? It's going to take the entire tower now. Very nice. Do I zap here just to kill the skeletons so they don't take anything? I didn't know if they were going to take the Sparky or not, so I just freaked out. I was like, what if he zaps my giant and the skeletons do it? I got to zap. I'm not going to let that happen. That's what's up. Hey, Tag, happy to be here. Dude, I'm happy to have you here, man. I really am. Is there a key to pushing up high on ladder? Yeah, if you want to push up high on ladder, just keep playing one deck. Upgrade one deck. If you switch decks all the time, you're never going to upgrade your deck efficiently, and it's going to be you on the struggle bus while you try to climb up trophies because you're going to be playing against people with much higher card levels than you. So this Sparky deck is really good as well. I think the Graveyard Freeze deck in a mirror matchup or in a matchup against each other would probably win. Great deck, though. I love the fact that it's got Rage, so you can, like, overpower your opponent's units at the river and then just, like, get that extra little boost to win. So this deck is phenomenal. And then this deck is also, I think this one's my favorite because Inferno Dragon is overpowered. Overpowered in this game mode. If you want to mess around with champions, we'll check out this deck and see if it works. I'll give you my rating after we play it a couple games. You're playing so well. Thanks, man. Yeah, we lost one game, so hopefully we don't lose any more. You guys know the deal. We're in Inferno Tower early on, and watch as it just destroys this the Royal Hogs. Wait, it's going to be so funny. The Royal Hogs are going to go right into the Sparky and the Inferno Tower. They never had a chance. They never had a chance, guys. Not even one. Not even one. That was way too fun. All right, wait. I'm going to Princess of the River with the Golden Knight and also all this stuff. Oh, my gosh. Watch. 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 Oh, my goodness. I was hoping that would be a lot better than it was. Unfortunately, the guy ended up having a optimal version to counter it, but it's fine. Can end up having Royal Recruits, Royal Hogs with arrows, so it's not going to be easy for us to get any value here. If he goes in for a Prediction Bar Barrel on top of us, we could lose, so slightly scared about that. I might have to go in for a Skeleton Barrel so it pops on the Fly Machine and the Skeletons do a lot of work. I think I'm going to do that. Just pop on the Fly Machine, pop on the Sparky, give us some value. That seems like a really good counter. Not going to lie. Not going to fib. That seemed pretty solid. I think the Sparky gets a shot. Oh, it feels bad. Oh, that's so unfortunate. That's so sad. All right. You want to try Tornado everything back so then we're kind of screwed. So, I don't think that this deck really has the adaptability that the other decks do if you're playing against, like, Royal Recruits. This deck gets a 5 out of 10 for me. The no adaptability really screws it in this type of game mode where if you play against someone that does win the Sparky and then they have something to counter your skeleton army, then like you can't necessarily really counter the Sparky effectively sometimes. We'll see what we can do. Like this game is far from over. It's still begun. The fun is still here. But it's not looking good. It's definitely not looking spicy. Alright, we need to go for a skeleton army here. Hopefully the barbarian doesn't do enough damage to take it out. Oh my gosh. The barbarian died. We've got one skeleton in a dream, one skeleton in a meme. We could tornado his stuff back as well. It didn't really work. That would have been probably optimal, but hard to say. All right, how do we win this? All right, I guess I have to sack the tower here and then go for the Golden Knight dash. Hopefully we have the Sparky miss. That's beautiful. All right, we're still dead. Still very dead. I mean, he's got Bar Barrel, and he's also going to end up having this type of deck with, like, arrows as well. So this is just a very bad matchup overall. It is fine, though. You know, you live, you learn, and you realize that our deck... Oh, wait, we used that as a dash mechanism, but we didn't get the Sparky still. That's crazy. I really thought I was going to be able to get the Sparky there. I got the Sparky. Maybe the tides would have turned. Maybe the tides would have shifted here. It didn't really work out. Not going to be salty about this. I learned that this deck just isn't as good in this type of challenge. I thought it would be pretty cool. Not as good as the other decks. So still Inferno Dragon with Tombstone and that extra safety layer on defense. Super, super solid. If you've got cards that aren't necessarily like that, you might have a little bit more trouble. Well played to our opponent. We'll bounce on next one, and we will continuously figure out different decks. So I guess the two best decks for the challenge again, got to be this and this. Giant, and then really defensive graveyard deck. Because you've got Freeze and Tombstone. Oh! I almost went into a ladder game at 4,000 in the world. Will you ever try to make different types of Clash Royale content? Yeah, I mean, I will try to, but the main thing for me is I always want to have fun creating content. And hopefully everyone understands that. I know the majority of my audience does. Sometimes newer people don't actually vibe with that or don't really understand what I'm trying to do. But if I were to try to consistently create like guide videos all the time, it might get more views and you guys might like it more, but it wouldn't be sustainable for me because it wouldn't be near as fun. So I want to do things that are fun for me, for instance, and creating different decks or different styles of videos based on different decks or different concepts every day, and just having fun playing the game is the way that it's sustainable for me. You'll see a ton of content creators very easily. Like you can just go through Clash Royale YouTube. See how many people are not uploading near as much as they used to. Probably because they don't enjoy it as much, right? There's a lot of content creators that I talk to that just do not like playing their game because they're kind of just like, I've done this so much, it's just boring for me. I like doing what I do, and I don't want to create content that would not be enjoyable for me to create, because then I wouldn't do it, you know? Like, I would 100% just quit. I wouldn't create content anymore if I was always forced to do something that I didn't want to do, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that's just the way that I like to live, and hopefully everyone vibes with it. All right, so we should be able to take this out. We've got archers and skeletons. I don't think the Dark Goblin's going to do enough damage, so we're chilling. Even if you zap, we're fine. Unfortunately, the Dark Goblin is able to range it from a pretty far distance. This Dark Goblin is great. That Dark Goblin is pretty smart for this challenge as well. Kind of cool. Very nice strategy. The Dark Goblin, however, is out of cycle. And we are going to expect him to go for an Electro Wizard, most likely. He's got Electro Wizard and Zap. It's kind of peculiar to see that type of card combination, in my opinion. I think that it's better to just run one of them. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. He's got... I mean, maybe it's okay to run both of them in the same deck, like our Giant deck, I think. I don't know. It's just... it's dependent on how fast of a card cycle you have, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So the Electro Wizard is going to give us some problems for sure, but I'm going to freeze here because the minion isn't going to be able to clean everything up, so we should just be able to take the entire tower. So recognizing your opponent's card cycle and realizing that they don't have Electro Wizard in cycle and realizing they don't have any small spells means that you just have a huge advantage if you want to take that opportunity and seize the moment. So I'm going to arrows here because I know that I'm able to kill the Dark Goblin and damage the tower. 3 for 3 trade. Also, the Sparky is going to go other side, right? Oh, wait, never mind. The Knight's just going to tank for the Sparky. That's even better. Cool. That's awesome. I should have frozen here, I think. A little bit faster so that we could have kept the Sparky alive a little bit longer. Totally fine because it does kill the Dark Goblin, but it would have been a lot better. Oh, it doesn't kill the Dark Goblin. I thought it would. That's whatever. We go Barbarial here, and then we can go in for a Knight, and then after we kill the Sparky, then we can go in for a Graveyard right after. I don't think he's going to get a good trade from this because we can just go in for this, and then arrows on the minions, guarantee that the minions are dead, so that he can't touch my Sparky any longer. I'm going to try to go in for Goblins and a Dark Goblin, but we've got a Sparky counter pushing, and the Dark Goblin's going to be inside the Graveyard, and then it allows us to win, so... As you guys can see, if people run Electro Wizard, a lot of times they're going to need the Electro Wizard and the small spells for the Graveyard. So if they drop the Electro Wizard and the small spells to eliminate your Inferno Dragon's charge, they won't have it for the Graveyard Skeletons. Because they need the small spells to remove the Graveyard Skeletons when the freeze comes down, because the Skeletons stockpile up. So this synergy is really, really good. I'm glad I created one good deck out of my 3 decks that I showed. I only chose one good deck, but that's the point of doing this stream for you guys live. I'm testing out the challenge live, so you guys don't have to go dive head first and screw around and be like, oh man, I'm figuring out what works and what doesn't. No, I got that covered for you guys already. And we'll go back to this. It's a pretty good deck as well. Just make sure that you end up having another small spell. If you use your Zap and your Electro Wizard, that Rage on defense against Graveyard will be pretty good. So, it's nice. Let's go. Which champion is broken? All of them. So here's the way that I look at champions. Champions are very mediocre cards from a stat perspective, but they're very, very strong when you look at it from a perspective of their abilities for 1 elixir are very fundamentally unfair. So the cards themselves, not that good, but when you factor in the ability, they're broken. So just something to keep in mind. All right, I'm going to go in for Goblins here, and then I can Zap here, just kill all of that, and the Goblins kill the Princess. And then he probably goes in for something here, which we can just mini-pack. Ooh, I wish I'd raged. I wish I'd raged. Well, we can still rage. Still rage for sure. Guarantee we kill that, and then get the Sparky. Nice stuff. So playing against a log bait deck when you don't have log isn't that bad. When you've got, like, you know, Goblins, minions. You also have Electro Wizard. You've got Rage and Zap, so... not that bad of a matchup. It definitely is going to be a little bit problematic compared to the other matchups, but it's not going to be terrible. All right, so we're going to go Goblins a little bit early just so we can guarantee that we get the damage first, and then we're going to Zap, and then I think we take it. Okay, never mind, we lose this. But I'm going to go for Minions since it will kill his Sparky when he gets it. Just kills his Sparky immediately. That's why Minions are great in this challenge, because even if they drop like units to get the Sparky on their side, usually their ground units will just die to the minions, and then also the Sparky will die to the minions too. So I'm going to go Giant here, and I'm going to get ready for him to go for a Skeleton Army, and we're going to have Rage, and he should just lose the game. At least that's what I'm expecting. Yeah. I knew what he was going to have because I saw like what his counter was before, And then I programmed it in my mind. I'm like, that's not going to happen again. You did it once, fool me twice, and then that'd be shame on me, and that's not going to happen, bro. I'm not going to get bamboozled 2 times in a row. Not about that life, ever. Sparky should kill the Dark Goblin, and then we can go for minions in the back. Also, we're going to start unlocking some stuff as well. We're going to be unlocking some banners after this game. Also, if you guys want to see, like, more challenges in the future, and you guys like this type of content, and you're like, wait, Jake, I want to see what the best decks are for these challenges before I play them. Check out my YouTube channel on the daily. Every single time there's a new challenge, I will be streaming it live as soon as it comes out the first day. So just subscribe to my YouTube channel if you guys want to see more challenges like this. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Like, it does help me out, and if you guys like me or you want to see the challenges, another way of supporting me for free is liking the video. Again, you don't have to, but if you want to support me without spending any money, that is generally the best way of doing it. And thanks, guys, for just watching. Thanks for being a part of it. So that's just, I don't know. I just want to say thank you to the people that are spending the time to watch the videos. I love you guys. And, yeah, appreciative of you guys letting me do what I do every single day. I wake up every morning, I'm like, wait, I get to play the game I love? That's kind of cool. So that's pretty much like the dream job. Thank you, guys. Have you ever visited India? I have not visited India, but I want to. I want to visit a ton of different countries. I want to visit France. I want to visit India. I want to go all the way around the world to Japan. I want to go to China. I want to go to a ton of different places and soak in the culture, figure out like what their foods are, that they actually like the new foods. I don't know, man. Like, I went to Canada. I tried poutine. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, you go to different places, you figure out different foods. You get to, I went to Whistler and I went to Vancouver, and I saw the smoking clock, which had like steam powered, I don't know, it was really cool. There were so many different things that I saw over the trip that was incredible. Going to Whistler and seeing the mountains at the very, very top, going all the way to the top and getting the peak-to-peak gondola, it was incredible. I've never experienced anything like that. It was really awesome. Also, we got the Floating Hearts banner. Let's go, baby! Let's get one more banner out here, all right? Let's unlock them both at the once. I dislike this Goblin Giant one. It creeps me out, man. It's like, it's staring at me with his like tongue out, and he's got all these kisses all over him. It's just like, bruh, this type of PDA should never be like exposed. It's like, we don't know what kissed him. And I don't want to know what kissed him. Like, how? Like, what happened here? I don't know. He looks creepy as heck. Anyway, we're gonna unlock him. It's unfortunate that it has to be this way, but I guess we did not save the best for last. Oh man, they need to have like a Shrek banner. Buy the Shrek IP. I've said this a million times. I'll say it again. That's what they should. That's what they got to do. Also unlock our banner tokens. So if you guys didn't know, when you've unlocked all the banner boxes, then you can stack up maximum banners. So over 200 banners, you know how you can only get 200 banner tokens? You can get more than 200 banner tokens after you unlock all the banners for the season. You're my favorite creator. You deserve 10 million subscribers, and I look forward to your videos every day. Yeah, dude, I mean, hey, I'm going to be working as hard as I can, and no matter how many subs we get, it doesn't really matter to me. I just want to put out the best videos I can, and that's always going to be my goal. As soon as you start, like, just caring about subscribers, you're going to get pretty bad outcomes, at least from my opinion. Ooh, this is not good. So we need to eat the baby dragon and everything in the other side. Wait, we're fine, actually. I can just do this. Ice Spirit will soak up the damage. We rage on the goblins to finish them off a little bit faster. We rage up our tower. So instead of going for a zap, I think that's better because we can save our zap on offense. Nice. Actually, in retrospect, the rage on the mini P.E.K.K.A would have been better on offense because it would have been able to take out the entire tower. Or not take out the entire tower. It would have gotten a shot on the tower. Let me rephrase that. Would have definitely gotten a shot on the tower. And I did not get that because I messed up. So my fault, my problem. But it is what it is. We are going to get the Sparky, so we get a little bit of extra juice from our opponent. Seems like this guy is not a bad player. I dislike the fact that he's got Mega Minion, though. I think it's just not very good. I think it's one of the worst cards compared to, like, running Phoenix or Minions. Like, Minions, you have high damage. They're not necessarily as, you know, reliable sometimes, because when you drop your Minions, they'll get countered by arrows, because everyone's running arrows for archers. But from the perspective of, like, is this card really good? Yeah, it's freaking incredible. Zap plus Ice Spirit fully counters. He's going to Skeleton Army. We're going to rage it up. This time, the mini P.E.K.K.A. Yo, we got the Redemption Arc. We got the Redemption Arc. We learned from our losses. The mini P.E.K.K.A. that fell face first and didn't succeed at the start. Didn't get that tower shot. He bounced back, and he collected the W that he deserved. So, we're going to go in for mini P.E.K.K.A here, and then we're going to go minions immediately. I think we're going to be able to out-damage the mini P.E.K.K.A counters. Oh, no mini P.E.K.K.A counters? You're really not going to... Okay. All right, sure. You're going to hog rider on the other side. We've got minions counter-pushing here. We can go for a zap just to finish everything off a little bit faster. Can we assert utter dominance? Can we 3-crown him right now? That is the question. He's going to skeleton army most likely. Want to rage it up? Rage up the Sparky, rage up the Sparky, rage up the Sparky. One more shot, one more shot, one more shot. Yo, let's get it. I want it. I want it so bad. I'm going to let him take the tower. I don't care. I want the 3-crown. We want our declaration of dominance out here, my dudes. Okay, so I'm going to let this go. I need to let this go. I need to let this go. So I'm going to go in for a giant here. It shouldn't pull anything. Oh, it did pull something back. We're going to zap. Goblins. Mini P.E.K.K.A. Rage. The reason why I let him take a tower is so I could guarantee that I would 3-crown, because that's what I want. More than anything, I don't care about losing a tower. I want 3. That's how we play today. That's the way we roll. So we get the juicy emoji, and it's pretty cool. I think this is one of their better emotes. Sometimes they added emotes where it's just like a thumbs up from a rabbit, and you're like, Clash Royale, did you spend any time on this emoji? Like, what are you doing? Some of the season's artwork is absolutely awful sometimes, but this one is incredible. Great job with the Sparky emote, Clash Royale. Double thumbs up for me. I hope that you add more emotes like this. I hope you add more artwork like this. It was a really fun challenge too. Like this is, it was pretty unique. We haven't seen anything like that in a while, so cool stuff for sure. I do really like that Sparky emote. Look at it. It's blasting hearts at everyone. I love you guys, and hopefully you have a fantastic rest of your day. Definitely make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos on the quality content that we have from the daily video department. I put out a highly edited video, and it is 24 plus hours of work because I have 6 editors. We're always working on a new video, and that's how we rotate them, and that's how we get a really good video out every single day. Tons of time and effort goes into them. 3 p.m. Eastern, and you guys can just subscribe, and you'll get notified at 3 p.m. Eastern every single day. It's the same time, and then if I'm not streaming, there will be a challenge live. Also, like the video if you guys want to support me for free. It goes a long way. Gets the video pushed out to more people so they check it out. And lastly, last but not least, I'm going to be doing a short today. So if you guys want to stay around at 6 p.m. Eastern, which is exactly 6 hours from right now, or 6.5 hours from right now, there's going to be a short on my channel showing how I reflected 3 rockets in a row. I used Monk, and 3 chances of me dropping the 1 elixir ability, I reflected a rocket each time. So that was pretty crazy that I was able to do it 3 times in a row without missing. You guys will figure out how I was able to do it. It was against different opponents each time, by the way. It wasn't against the same person because it wouldn't work against the same person. But against different opponents, and you guys can check out that on my YouTube channel. Just click on the shorts, and it'll be there. Peace, love, and positivity no matter when you're watching, no matter where you're watching. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Also, I want to say thank you to Mr. Baggins, saying, good morning, Tag. Your hair looks amazing today. I just got out of the shower, so thank you. And then, but Balal's Batari, thank you for saying hi and donating the 1,000 HUF. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that a lot. And I'll see you guys later.